Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nancy from nancybadillo.com and welcome to another Etsy video. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to run a Facebook carousel ad for your Etsy listings. And I'm going to show you step by step on how to do it. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe. I upload weekly videos on how to grow and make an impactful business online. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you want to make sure that you do is that you sign up for Facebook Business Manager when you want to start running ads. Now in this video, I don't show you how to do that, but I'm just going to jump in how to create the actual ad. So once you have Facebook Business Manager and you have set that up, all you have to do is go to your account and click on traffic. Now, what I normally do is I do name the campaign. So for this one, because I'm going to be doing a campaign for my logos, I'm going to put logo. And then normally what I do is I also put the month that I ran the campaign. So I'm going to do May and I'm going to do logo. This is the name that I'm going to put all across my campaign, or ad. It's also called ad name. So I'm going to do May and logo. I'm going to press continue. And then where it says ad set name, I'm going to also put May logo. You want to make sure that you select website because that's where we're driving the traffic to. And the website eventually will be Etsy, or if you want to run it to your own blog or any other website that you have, or if you have another e-commerce platform like Shopify, Amazon, etc. So for today, we're going to be using Etsy as an example. You want to scroll down, and in this section, you're going to choose your audience. And your audience is basically based on what you sell. So I'll give you an idea. My store is a digital download store. I don't ship anything out. So I normally leave it anywhere in the US. If you have a specific location that you live or reside by, and you want to be very specific, you can type in any country. You could do states, regions, city. You could also do postal office like zip codes, and you could be very, very granular by selecting a specific address. Like they say, you want to target people in a specific area within 10-mile radius. You could do that as well. So for me, I'm going to just leave it for United States. If you wanted to tackle like a specific area, like for instance, I live in Chicago, you could choose the city. And then from here, you could say, okay, I want to tackle everybody in a 15-mile radius from that location. Or I want to do anybody from, 50 miles. It just depends. So for mine, I'm going to leave US because I don't need to be so specific. So let's go ahead. Oops. And I'm going to put it again because I took it off by mistake. So I'm going to put US. You could do other countries like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so I'm going to do US. Now, the age and gender, you would need to start researching who is your target audience. The best way to find out who is your target customer and how old are they is by reviewing not only Etsy stats, but also reviewing your Google Analytics. Whether you have Etsy or another business, you should be able to go inside Google Analytics and see what percentage are female, what percentage are male, how old are they, all these little demographics you should be able to see there, and that will determine who is your target audience. If you're not 100% sure and you're starting in your shop, this is all new to you, then you can make an estimated guess. And an estimated guess is sitting down and drafting your ideal persona. And when you draft an ideal persona, you really have to think about who is the person you want to target, how old are they, where do you see them, what interests do they have, etc., etc. So for instance, if you're selling, let's say, wedding stuff, you will say, okay, I want to target a female. Let's say you sell wedding dresses. You're going to target females only who are between the age, let's say your ideal persona is between age 25 and 45 and they're getting married. So you would do 25 to 45. And then your ideal person, maybe they speak English only, or maybe you want to target Spanish speaking customers. Depending on where you live, you would select the language here. And from there, you could kind of go down here on the detail targeting and select, are they engaged? Did they just get engaged? Are they in a relationship? Do you want to target people that are going to get married within the next 6 months or within the next year? And then you could kind of get more targeting based on your ideal customer. But you really have to think about who is your customer. If you don't know who your customer is, stop this video and kind of get an idea, write it down in a piece of paper. It does not have to be perfect. Then you plug in that information. And then what I recommend is every 90 days, reevaluate your information. What you wrote and what you see in Google Analytics once you start collecting data because you are a new store or maybe you never checked it before, but you start looking at the data and then you could kind of be like, oh, okay, so I was kind of the same track, but I see that majority of my followers are a little bit older or they're a little bit younger, etc. So it's very, very important that you start understanding who is your persona, because this is for marketing. When you are doing ads, whether it's through Etsy or whether you're doing a Facebook ad or you're doing a Instagram or Pinterest, etc., these are the type of questions you're going to see over and over and over. So you might just well, start learning how to do it. So for me, because I'm selling pre-made logos, I usually pick people from age 25, which is normally what I get, all the way to 50. That's kind of like my number. And I usually do all women and male. I get a little bit more females, but lately it has been shifting. I have seen more of an increase. I had an increase last month of 19% more of men. So therefore, I'm going to leave it all. And then on detailed targeting, I'm going to go ahead and start choosing small business owners. So that's one of my targeting. So I'm going to do I'm going to type in here, small business owners. So there it goes, owners. And I'm going to do interests, small business owners. Let's see. Okay. You could also select suggestion and you could kind of browse the ones that they give you. So I also target entrepreneurship because I deal with a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, that have their own business, they need a logo, etc. So that's a great one for me. Business owner, that's another great one. I might do self-employment. That's another one that I do that does really well for me. Here it goes. And then I also pick home business. For some reason, I get a lot of traction with that particular keyword. I always choose interest. You could kind of go in here and browse, and you could play with these. They have demographics. You could pick life events, whether they're in a relationship, whether they're birthday, long distance relationship, newly engaged. This is what the ones I was telling you about. If you are in the wedding industry, you will have to kind of play with these and see and kind of take an educated guess on which of these targeting matches your ideal customer. What I normally like to do is kind of see by choosing these targeting metrics here, how many people am I reaching? So if I do this ad, it's going to reach between 500 and 900 people. I'm going to get about 73 clicks the most, or 12 the least. And my audience is a potential reach of 36,000. So this is like an estimated of the size audience that people might see my ad. It doesn't mean that 36,000 people will see it, but this is just an estimate. So what I'm going to do is, now the reason why this is so low is because I'm being very particular with who I want to show my ads. If you leave this very broad and you're not very specific on targeting your ads, it will say potential reach 1 million, and then this will be 500 clicks. But even if you get 500 clicks versus 73, the downside is that the 500 clicks are not quality clicks. So therefore, one, you're going to pay more per click. Two, you're showing your ad to anybody and everybody. and you're showing it to the wrong people that are not interested in buying from you. So, in my opinion, it's always better to go smaller, a smaller group of people, because these are people that are actually your target audience, people that are might have a probability of buying from you, that will click, visit your shop, and hopefully buy from you, versus the other ones are just clicking, maybe favoring your items, but not really buying from you because maybe they like your product or service, but they're not really interested at the moment because they're not a small business owner with the necessity of buying a logo or buying whatever you're selling. In this situation, we're doing logos, but whatever you're selling. So keep that in mind. Don't look at this and say, oh my God, the number's too low. It's better to find quality leads that you could convert into sales than show your ads to anybody and everybody and they're not converting and you're just wasting money basically paying Facebook. So don't do that. So the next step would be to continue to the budget section. Now, you have the option to say, okay, I want to pay $20 a day or I want to pay whatever amount you want. I normally do a budget. So I might say, okay, for the month of May, I want to spend $300 or I want to spend $1,000, depending on how many funds you have. So for this one, I'm going to do 300. And then what I normally do is I run it for the end of May. And then if I want to rerun the ad, I could always create a duplicate ad or recreate a new one on June. So I'm going to run it to the 30th. I'm going to finish the ad, let's say 8 o'clock p.m. So, I'm going to run it to May 31st to 8. Okay. So make sure that if you pick lifetime budget, once your ad reaches $300, which is usually at the end of the date that you selected, it won't continue spending. If you select the $20 per day, it will spend that much money until you stop it. Now, it's going to fluctuate. There are going to be days that you don't spend the full 20 because it's based on the activity. Are people actually interacting? You are going to get paid regardless whether you are going to be charged, regardless of whether somebody clicks or not. It's not like Etsy. So Etsy promoted listings, when you run an ad, you only pay when somebody clicks on it. With Facebook ads, you also paid regardless if no one clicks on it. If somebody saw it and it counts as an impression, you still get charged. So just keep that in mind. So once you set the amount that you want to do, you go to continue. And then for the ad name, I also do the same name. I just put it the same one all across. It was main logo. And then select the page that you're working with. I'm going to be working on their minds today. And these are the different types of ads that you could do. I wanted to show you guys how to do a carousel ad, not only because it was a requested video from one of my followers, but also because it's a great way to showcase up to 10 different items in your store in one particular ad. This ad is very, very popular when you're selling on an e-commerce platform because you could showcase multiple things in one ad. So if you don't have a budget to do like 10 different ads, you could just do a carousel ad, put 10 listings in that carousel ad, and you're done. And it's really nice. And you could change it every month to different things and kind of see which ones work better, which ones are not working, and etc. So you select carousel ad. Now, do keep in mind that your photo has to be this right here. It tells you right here. It has to be 1080 by 1080 pixels. You could use Photoshop or you could use canva.com for free to resize your photo. So make sure that your photo is sized correctly. If not, it will get cut off. Another important thing is this goes back to what I always talk about. Your photo has to be amazing. It has to be clear. It has to be compelling. It has to look pretty good. That way, when people are looking at it, they know exactly what they're looking at. They want to click on it and they're going to feel compelled to buy from you. But make sure that your photo is decent. Don't, just upload any photo just to upload. So for today's video, I'm just going to do 3 links, but you could do up to 10 links or 10 products or services. So the first thing you do is select the image. So I already had uploaded it from my computer. So I'm going to select the first image. So here's the image. It's already sized at 1080 by 1080. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the headline. The headline will be right here. So I'm going to put pre-made. I'm going to put flower pre-made Oops, I can't type. Logo. And then for description, I'm just going to write a short, brief description of what I'm selling. So I'm going to say, I'm actually going to copy my meta description from my actual listing. I think that would be quicker. So right here, this pre-made logo design is a great way to set your business apart. So I'm just going to take this and kind of use that one. I'm going to paste it right there. And it's going to ask you for the URL. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Etsy shop and you're going to use the URL of that particular listing. You're going to get it from up here. So this is the URL of this listing. You just copy the URL from here, from the browser, and you go back here and you put it there. So if somebody clicks on this photo, it's going to take them to that logo. It's going to take them to this page right here. So once you do the first one, you do the same for each one. So you do the second one. Oops. Image. You could do videos as well. So just keep that in mind as well if you want it. Just as a pro tip, you could do videos. You could click here and upload a video. But just keep in mind the video has to be also a specific size. So make sure you read this, follow those instructions, and you could upload a video. A lot of people do videos of their garments or something that they're wearing and promote that. So you could do that as well. Now you're going to go to the second photo and you do the same thing. I'm going to select an image. I have it already in my desktop, logo number 2. I'm going to upload it. It's already measured at 1080 by 1080 pixels. And then I'm going to do the same thing. So if you wanted to see the other logo, you just go here. Oops. And you click next. So here I'm going to say wedding pre-made logo. And I'm going to probably put beautiful, get this, beautiful pre-made logo, customize for any business. So then you do that, you put the, whatever headline you want, and you put a short description, and then you take this link off because it's gonna, for some reason, it copies the first link that you put from this one over to the other slides. So keep in mind that every single time you add a new logo or a new product, you have to change the link again. It doesn't, for some reason, it pre-fills it with the first one that you added. So I'm going to take the link for this one, right? So it's up here. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it here, right? So this is for the one that we just saw, for that one. So we're done with that one and we're going to go to the third one. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to upload the logo. And once again, like I said, on the first two, is already pre-sized at 1080 by 1080. I'm going to press continue. And I'm going to do the same thing. So, balloon pre-made logo. Maybe I should just keep this small. And then I'm going to say, buy this affordable logo to set your business apart. Okay, so then I put the description that I want, and the same thing, I delete this link and I go to that particular logo and I grab the URL and I put it back in down here. So there you go, I did 3 of them. Now you could also do a short description up here, which I always do, so make sure that you do that. And up here you could kind of talk a little bit more about what you do. So I'm gonna just put find affordable. I'm gonna put find over or view our collection of affordable pre-made logo designs to set your business apart. And then I'm going to add a call to action. Click to shop now. So this is going to show up on top of the logos, and then they could browse through each. So when they're looking at it on Facebook and they get targeted with this ad, they could browse through the different ones. They could click on the one that they're more interested on. And then the last thing that you want to do also is that you want to put your main link right here. So what you would do is you would go to your home page, and you would take that link from your home page. So this is my link here, and I'm going to put that right here. And I'm done. I'm pretty much done with this ad. Then you're going to go ahead and press confirm. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So it's going to go into drafting. This is a test account that I have. When I do like tutorials, this is the one that I use. That way I don't mess up any current promotions that I'm currently running. So you just wait a few minutes. And then what I recommend is that before you leave the ad, test out the ad. Make sure that is working properly and that you linked it correctly, because you could easily make a mistake and put the wrong link. So now they're linking to the wrong inventory, and people get really upset. So if they see something they like, they click on it and it takes them to a different page, or it's a 404 page, or it doesn't work, they're not going to buy. So make sure that is correct. What you want to do is, if you go at the end of the tab here, it says ads. If you go there, you're able to see preview. If you preview it, it's going to show you the ad. And then all you have to do is say add preview. If you click here and you go to Facebook desktop newsfeed, it's going to actually show you the ad on the actual feed of Facebook. So this is the ad right here that I just did. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. So that one should take me to the one that says Marianne. So let's see if it does. It does. You see, it takes me to the actual, and now the customer could go in here and they could browse through it and see if this is something that they're interested in buying. And then if they browse to the next one, make sure you check each link. If you do all 10, check all 10. So this one should take me to the one, to this one here, the wedding photography. And then they could go in here and kind of browse and see if they're interested in buying from you. And then do the same for each one. So I'm going to do the last one now. And then it's going to take them to this page, which has the balloons one, and they can kind of browse and buy from you if they're interested in buying. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you in running a different ad, a different type of ad. I highly recommend doing carousel ads. I absolutely love them. They're easy to put together. I would do all 10 photos. If you're already spending money, fill up all 10. Don't do 2 or 3. Do all 10, and then do 10 different stuff. Maybe you have different items that you want to showcase. So just go ahead and do that. But it's a really easy way to showcase multiple items under one budget, instead of running multiple ads and then now your cost is going really, really high. If you do this one, it's just a better way to promote your products and services. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show me some love and go ahead and like this video. Leave a comment below with any questions you have about the video that I could go over, maybe any confusion that you maybe have, or questions that you have. And don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching.